Mamami, Mambe, and all distinguished ladies and gentlemen here today. Words are more, I don't have words to express what I feel right now, looking at it right now, beginning from the field yesterday. I would like to begin by acknowledging the people who made it happen in this convention. Let me acknowledge Mrs. Yvonne Atem, Mr. Ajon Claude, Mr. Atem Philibert, Mr. Columbus Atem, Mr. Chris Asson, Mrs. Vera Iboko, myself, Mr. Elvise Atem, Mrs. Rita Asson, Mr. Divine Zisu, Mr. Maurice Atem, and Nkemason Divine. These were the pioneers. These were the brain behind what we see today. Please put your hands together for this. If none of them, we would not have been at this point now. Thank you so much for being the brain behind this and being the pillar that Njieh is looking forward to. I would also like to go ahead and acknowledge our young and dynamic president of WDC. He hasn't been on that seat for up to 5 months, but we can already see the show that he has put up. I can't thank him enough, but I can't do that without thanking the people of DC for the enormous support they have given him. And I believe he's leading through, and we all know he cannot fail us. Please put your hands together for this. Let me thank the National President, Mr. Sibanus, for giving me the opportunity to serve in this capacity as a convention chair. This has exposed me to a complete level of attention, a complete level of obligation. I have served at the chapter level in different capacities for so many years. But I felt the pressure this time being different. I felt the obligation being different. And it has set me, it's a setup. And thank you, Mr. President, for putting me in that setup. I cannot go without acknowledging what his administration has done. Okay. I think today we have Njieh lighting bright in day and in night due to the coming of the solar panels that his administration was able to put in place. It is not easy to move forward a project that has been enacted. It's probably that and more. He's going to tell us more. I just want to acknowledge that. So thank you so much, Mr. President, and your administration. I want to thank our parents of Njieh. Mr. Moderator, I'm aware of my time. I will try to manage it. It is very important. I want to thank our parents of Njieh for welcoming our youth, embracing the youth of Njieh into the affairs of Njieh, and into the affairs of this organization. Because I will not lie to you, at some point I began to feel that the ball is dropping. But they have been able to recognize that time is passing, things are changing, and it was high time to invite the youth to see that we start building Njieh from the ground going up. And I want to assure you, parents, that the youth have listened to you. They listened to you guys so well. And because of that, before this convention, for a very long time, the youth of Njieh have not had an organization running. They put themselves together and they were able to put up an interim government to represent them and make sure that the affairs of Njieh start beginning to be piloted from that direction moving forward. Let me acknowledge, please, if I call your name, if you're in the house, stand up. Mr. Njieh, Mr. Atem, Mr. Ajong Claude, Mr. Matthias, Negejro, Achiengra Rosalie, fortunately she's not here. Mrs. Vera Iboko. These are the people right now championing the affairs of Njieh. And I am giving you guys an assignment to put an eye on them and see what they are going to do for the youth of Njieh, beginning from now. And I want to go a little bit of an extension to make it very clear to all of us sitting here that this is our convention. We might have had the wrong rumor out there that we are selling chairs. Please, we are not selling chairs. Njieh has always been known for innovation. We started what we are calling pre-fundraiser strategy, and that is why we had it out there, that we begin to get some chairs occupied by some people who want to feel they want to put their pledge ahead of time before our convention. And I want to thank all of those who have been able to occupy some of those seats, and believe me, they are going to be well recognized on their tables tonight when we come in the evening. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for honoring that innovation in our convention. I want us to all rise up for a moment of silence for a couple of people I'm going to call. Mr. Calixtus Atem, Mr. B.A. Tate, Mr. Oliver Njieh, Dr. Tasso, and more. May their souls rest in peace. Amen. I believe at the pronunciation of these names, some of our elders in this house, who were the immediate generation behind those names I just called, will understand exactly what it meant to Njieh. It hurts me as a little boy growing up, just hearing these names and just understanding what impact they were bringing to Njieh. If you listen where none of these names I mentioned had a title to me, they were all Mr. The only title they were defending doing what they were doing for Njieh was Njieh. Not any personal title that we never recognized. Yet today, there is a lot in Njieh that we all are still reaping the fruit. They all put that together. The question I believe we should be asking ourselves today, especially as we leave here to reconvene tomorrow or this evening, is, where have we left that legacy that this fine man left in our keeping? Where are we looking to move Njieh to? What future, what goal do we have for Njieh? I have lamented over this for several years. You will not believe it. But recently, I got a little bit comforted to hear one of us still standing strong. In his writings, he echoes. You see that desire in him to see Njieh be what these people I just mentioned wanted for us. I would like to use this opportunity in this capacity today as the chairman of this convention, acknowledge one person. He has stood there, he has pushed to make sure, he has echoed in so many different capacities to see that what these people I just mentioned, we hold it up, we don't let the ball drop. Give me 1 second, please. I would like to distinguishly call the bankable to come up to the floor, please. Tonight, His Royal Highness will be handing a trophy to the players that orchestrated our beautiful game yesterday. And he's going to be handing that trophy to them. I felt I should use this moment to, through Bankem recognize these individuals that I just called their names. There was never an opportunity to ever recognize them. But they did enormous for Njieh. We still enjoy their good work for Njieh. Please allow me to hand this over to Bankem just to acknowledge these our parents that I just called. Bankem, thank you for always trying to echo that and making it known to the people of Njieh that we have an obligation to make Njieh strong. It was strong then. I was just about 7, 8 years old when I used to hear some of these our brothers come home. The ball was dropping. I am sorry to say that my age that I could see the ball drop. Please let us rise up and make sure we are what Njieh is known to be. But thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is just symbolic. Again, this is just symbolic. And it is just my little way to say thank you to these distinguished gentlemen that put in so much to make sure that our community is what it is. And I hope that today, when we get into our deliberations, to open our books, to review our past achievements, we are going to be open. Not to talk about how much is it going to cost. We should be talking about how good do we want this project. We should be talking about what kind of partnership do we want Njieh to get into with other communities, with the outer world, to bring Njieh to the fore where no one will be able to recognize it. I want to ask you one question sitting in this house. If you were to fall sick, let's say we visit Njieh today, and you happen to have a headache that you can't move tonight, will you be able to feel free to get into that health post that we have? Feel comfortable to take paracetamol before you go the next day? Will you be able? You would be able. I want to by this thank WDC for being one of the chapters that have gone ahead to adopt such a big project. And I want to assure you, the Njieh Health Post is in progress. It was already approved by WDC. The project has been written. It is in progress. Thank you, DC, for acknowledging such a vacancy. And we want to let me also add here that so thank you so much, and I just want to appeal to your consciences that when we walk in the evening today for our fundraiser, please let us have certain things in mind. Let us have the picture of Njieh, what we want Njieh to be tomorrow in mind before we get into that fundraiser. Thank you so much.
Thank you.